Selected.
Yeah.
No, that anyway, that should be there.
But this chat is also going away.
Yeah.
I'll just put it here.
Then also it will go away the moment I click on it.
Oh.
That's okay. I'll keep Alt Shift Alt. Alt Tab, huh? Where is it?
This OBS studio you have to go to.
Where is OBS? I think you have minimized it.
This. Huh?
This is only going. Don't minimize it. Where are the charts?
Chat.
Uh,
I removed chat.
Chart is removed.
Yeah.
Why? You can add now.
Yeah. Can I put this on this?
No, let it be like that. It's okay. Anyway, I can put tab and all. It doesn't work that way anyway. I use the tab, so it will be okay, fine then.
Chat.
Oh my god, so many options are so overwhelming. Fine. Okay, for the time being, chat I cannot see from here, is it?
Yeah.
So through phone only we have to see. Are you sure?
Should I minimize it or?
Not required.
Okay.
But I want to know if I'm visible or not.
I have to go to Chrome.
What do you want?
To show chat on
OBS.
screen without OBS. Use dedicated third-party over like social stream ninja or pop out the chat in your browser, and then use the game's built-in overlay or secondary device as a phone or tablet.
Which a secondary device we have to use, that's all.
No, you can go to the browser itself and
You can open YouTube through some other frame. Through here only.
yeah.
But we need to mute it, is it?
No.
This one only. Open it. Frame. Then mute this here. So I can see the chat here, right? Fine, no? Only pop out chat. So that doesn't work anyway.
Like this? No.
But I need to write it now. I need to solve it also sometimes. That's okay, I can always check it like this.
I'll keep it like
Yeah.
this. Oh, it's going away.
Yeah, that's what I can just alt tab and check it, not a problem. Huh? Leave. It's okay. Okay, can we start now? Huh? Maybe you can check your phone or something and see whether this is working or not properly. My first live streaming. So I hope it works well. Okay, students, welcome. So today I thought I'll start with HCV because as I told you earlier, HC Verma is a book, Concepts of Physics by HC Verma sir, is a book which is universally applied or used by many students irrespective of what kind of competitive exam you are preparing for, whether you are taking foundation classes or maybe NEET preparation, JEE preparation, mains or advanced. This is one kind of book. So I thought if I start with this book, I'll be able to connect with more people. And once we get in, depending on your connectivity and depending on kind of questions I get from you, I'll be able to customize my delivery and then we'll go on ahead. Okay, then let's go on ahead. So first thing is I'm going to discuss only objective questions today. Only objective questions, HC Verma book. So let's go on with first chapter till the last chapter, one by one. Let us go on. The first chapter is units and dimensions. So units and dimensions, how many objective questions are there? Objective 1 we have 6 questions and objective 2 we have 3 questions. So totally 9 questions. Let me solve them. Okay, first let's look at the first question. Which of the following sets cannot enter into the list of fundamental quantities in any system? Cannot enter. So that's an important part here for us. It should not enter. So the fundamental quantity list is supposed to be so little that there should be mutual exclusivity there. You have to keep on prune out until you get the least number of quantities using which you can derive all other quantities. So when you go for least number of quantities, whenever there is an interdependency, you can remove it. The idea is something like this. You have, let's say 10 numbers are there and we want to choose the 10 numbers in such a way that they are mutually prime to each other. Prime numbers, there is no common factor there. Or in other words, for example, length, mass, velocity you have here. Can I derive length from mass and velocity? No, na? Mass by velocity, mass into velocity, mass power A into velocity power B will not give length because time is involved there and mass has to be eliminated. So length cannot be derived from other two quantities, meaning they are mutually exclusive. They are independent quantities. Same way, let us go for the B option there. Length, time and velocity. Can I derive length with the help of other two quantities, time and velocity? Yes. Velocity into time is length, no? Or time can be derived from length and velocity. Time equal to length by velocity. And same way, velocity can be derived from length and time, length by time. So in B option, length, time and velocity are not they are not independent quantities. There is a dependency. In fact, you don't need that much. You can prune out one of them. Maybe if I remove velocity, length and time is enough. I can always derive velocity there. So you need to take least number of quantities which are mutually exclusive to each other, using which all other quantities must be derived there. So that way B option cannot be taken as a system of fundamental quantities because there is a dependency within there. Mass, time and velocity, you see, mass cannot be derived from time and velocity. I am looking at option C. Length, time and mass, length and time cannot be derived from mass, so there is no dependency. So only B option we have where there is a dependency. Okay, so B cannot be a set of fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities should be independent of each other. I hope you got it. If you understand that, so put a thumbs up there and let me go on with the next question there. Right, a physical quantity is measured and the result is expressed as n into u. A physical quantity is measured, only physical quantities can be measured. Okay, now what is he saying? The result is given as n into u, where u is the unit and n is the number or numerical value. The result is expressed in various units. Okay, let us take one example and try to understand it. Suppose I take the length of this laptop that I am using here. So the length of the laptop is probably, let's say, 16 or otherwise let's say 26 centimeters. What happened? I clicked on it, I think. So 26 centimeters. So 26 centimeters can also be written as 260 millimeter. You see, earlier unit was centimeter, now the unit is millimeter. So from centimeter to millimeter, unit has come down. When the unit comes down, you see that the numerical value from 26 to 260, it has gone up. And same thing we can write as, the same thing can be written as 0.26 meters, right? So from centimeters to meter, when you go, you see that unit is increasing and numerical value is decreasing. But the product is the same. So n into u is the same, constant. N into u is constant. So when you are doing conversion of units, no, n increases, u decreases, or n decreases, u increases, but n into u is the same. Or otherwise, n has to be inversely proportional to u. So answer is D. I think it's a very simple question. You might have seen it many places. So whenever there is a unit conversion, physical quantity is not changing. N will change, u will change, but n into u is the same, constant there. So second question is also over. Now the third question. Suppose a quantity x can be dimensionally represented in terms of MLT, where x dimension is equal to m power a, l power t, and b t power c. Okay, l power b, t power c. The quantity mass. Yeah, so x can be represented in terms of MLT, meaning m can be represented in terms of XLT. Just take L and T terms into the other side. You got it. Yes, x can always be dimensionally represented in terms of LT and x. You see here. So we take m power a, keep there, and take the other things there. X power 1, L power minus b, t power minus c. How did I get that? By taking them to the other side. Now I require m there. So this will be x power 1 by a, c power minus b by a, t power minus c by a. This is what I am getting. So only challenge that I am having is if a is 0, then I am getting a problem. Okay, because denominator it is going now. If a is not 0, then I think it will work. Can always be dimensionally represented in terms of LTX. Can always, but one chance is that a cannot be 0. That's one point. So can never be dimensionally represented. Obviously b is incorrect. May be represented in terms of LT and x. If a is 0, that's also incorrect. If a equal to 0, you can't have a definition relation there. Now we have a and d. D is certainly correct, because when a is not 0, you can write it, but when a is 0, you cannot write it. That way answer is D. So answer to this is D option. So I hope you are okay with that. Right, next, fourth question. A dimensionless quantity. Dimensionless quantity, what can you take? Example, you can take one example, dimensionless. Example, plane angle, arc length by radius in radian, right? It has got no dimensions. L power 0, T power 0, M power 0. Has got no unit. No, angle has the unit, no? Degree or radian, mathematical unit radian. So never has a unit is wrong. A dimensionless quantity can have unit. Always has a unit. Always has a unit. Let's take another example. A refractive index, let's consider. Refractive index is the speed of light in vacuum upon speed of light in medium there. Sorry. So, if that happens, speed ratio, no, it will be dimensionless, correct. What are the units of it? No units. Refractive index has no units. So some physical quantities which are dimensionless like angle have units, but some other physical quantities like refractive index or relative density, they have no dimensions and they have no units also. Always has unit also is incorrect statement. Okay. May have a unit? Yes. Does not exist? Why not? So many are there. We can define our own quantities like that. Okay, option C is the answer for fourth question. Then fifth question, unitless quantity. Now he is going reverse. Fourth question is dimensionless quantity. No? Now he is asking about unitless quantity. Unitless quantity, what do you have? A physical quantity which has got no units. A physical quantity which has got no units will be only ratio, that's all. No other possibility. One again, refractive index I can see, it has no units. Relative density I can see, which has got no units. Any other quantities we have? No, I don't think so. In daily, I mean, in our exam syllabus point of view, if you consider, there is no other quantity which has got no dimension, no units. Physical quantity, but no units. See, number is not a physical quantity because you can't measure the number. Number has no units, no dimensions. But physical quantity meaning it is supposed to be measured. I'm assuming that it is a physical quantity, otherwise number. Okay. Pi has units? No, no. All our mathematical numbers have no units. So dimensions also. So unitless quantity never has a non-zero dimensions. Always has a non-zero dimension. May have a non-zero dimension. Does not exist. Does not exist is wrong. There are unitless quantities, definitely. Never has a non-zero dimension. Always has a non-zero dimension, that is also wrong. Always, obviously no. At least we are seeing refractive index and specific gravity have no dimensions and no units. May have a non-zero dimension is doubt. That's what we have here. So how do I know whether it is A or C? One possibility, comparing it. In comparing, if you see only two physical quantities are there, or maybe three if you consider even numbers, which is not physical quantity, which have no units and they don't have dimensions also. Refractive index, specific gravity, that is density ratio, and then what do you have? Numbers. So a unitless quantity has no dimensions. If you have units, now from units you can define dimensions. A unitless quantity has never dimensions. So this is A option is correct. How do you know it? How do you explain it? There is no explanation to it. It's just observation. There is no way you can have a physical quantity having no units can have dimensions. If you have units, from based on units I can look at the dimensions. There is no way you can have it. So option A is correct. You can compare it and check it. So fourth question and fifth question, you please see them together. Fourth question is talking about dimensionless quantity having units, and fifth question is asking about unitless quantity having dimensions. So a dimensionless quantity may have units, example angle, plane angle and solid angle, but a unitless quantity cannot have dimensions. So that converse is not true. So please understand that. I think that is enough. Now sixth question, integral dx by square root of 2ax minus x square equals to a power n sine inverse of x minus x by a minus 1. Such a big expression they had given. So please remember, in mathematically complicated expression when they give, right, most likely it is going to be on dimensional analysis. I think last year there was one surface tension question in NEET which could be easily, the options can be easily eliminated based on dimensional analysis. Not solving that question, probably it will take about 6-7 minutes. But simply using dimensions, refractive index cannot be less than 1. There's one idea, and some other dimensional analysis you could solve it like this. So whenever you see a question scary looking, probably it is easy if you use dimensional analysis and some other commonsensical ideas. So now let us look at it. Let's look at it in terms of dimensional analysis. See, any mathematical function, one point, mathematical function is dimensionless. Sine inverse of whatever, it is dimensionless. Alright. So because it is dimensionless, x by a has to be dimensionless. X by a dimensionless meaning dimensions of x must be equal to dimensions of a. Yeah, so that is one point. Okay, very good. Now let's look at the LHS part. LHS part, if you consider dimensions of dx by dimensions of 2ax minus x square. So dimensions of this I want, that will be dimensions of dx is also a only, square root of a into a square, a into a, put one more a square here, come on man, minus a square. So that will be a by a power 0 I'm getting. So RHS, you see, RHS, this is little, RHS, if you consider, what do you have RHS? A power n into sine inverse of x by a minus 1. So dimensionally a power n, because sine inverse of x by a anyway has no dimensions. So LHS and RHS dimensions must be equal. That means a power 0, which you are getting on the left hand side, that must be equal to a power n. You know, whenever I drop the stylus once down, it starts working better. I don't know why. Comparing the powers, n must be equals to 0, n equals to 0. That's answer, you have it. You may use dimension analysis, saying no, I will use dimension analysis. Okay, objective 1 questions we have completed in chapter 1. So I hope that some of you might have joined live there. Anyway, not a problem. So as I keep working on it, I hope I'll be able to grab your attention. But anyway, it will be recorded, so it will be useful for you anyway. So once it is recorded, you feel that it is taking a bit slow, you can use speed up, speed down depending on your requirement. Anyway, let's go into objective 2. The dimensions m l power minus 1 t power minus 2 may correspond to. Okay, this is basically what happened. I think I have pressed on it. Something happened because of that. Okay, fine. Uh, so work done by a force. Work done by force is what I think you should know. The dimensions of work. Standard one. Force into displacement. Force is mass into acceleration into displacement ml square t power minus 2. So that doesn't work. Linear momentum. Linear momentum is mass into velocity. Mass is m, velocity L t power minus 1. So that does not match. Now pressure, capital P I will use. Small p momentum, capital P pressure. Force by area. Force is ml t power minus 2 by area is L square, meter square, no? Yeah, looks like I'm getting that. M L power minus 1 T power minus 2. That means pressure is the answer. Okay. So pressure is okay. Energy per unit volume also we need to check. Energy per unit volume. Energy is what? Half mv square. You can, any energy will have the same dimension. Half mv square, if you take half, you can take out m. V square is L square t power minus 2. V is L t power minus 1. Na? Divided by this is volume. Volume is L cube. So you would see that it would be m into L power minus 1 into t power minus 2. So D also correct. Answer is C and D. multi-correct option. Objective to meaning you will have one or more than one answer question. Okay, next second question. I hope you are okay with it. Second question. Choose the correct statement. A dimensionally correct equation may be correct. Yes. A dimensionally correct equation may be correct. A dimensionally correct equation may be incorrect also. Yes. May be correct meaning may be incorrect also. Dimensionally incorrect equation may be correct. No chance. Dimensionally incorrect meaning it is incorrect. Dimensionally incorrect equation may be incorrect. You should not use maybe there. Must be it should be. Okay, what is the answer? A and B. Dimensionally incorrect equation must be incorrect, not maybe. C option anyway wrong. D option is also wrong because they have given maybe. They should give must be. Dimensionally correct meaning it may be correct, may not be correct. Dimensionally incorrect meaning it has to be incorrect only. So that's why we use dimensional analysis to elimination. In the examination, we use this elimination method. You check whether it is dimensionally correct or not. If it's dimensionally incorrect, meaning you can eliminate it. Dimensionally correct may be correct. We'll verify it later next time. So that's very useful strategy in the exam also for us. Okay, third question. Choose the correct statement. All quantities may be represented dimensionally in terms of the base quantities. All quantities may be represented dimensionally in terms of base quantity. Base quantities meaning fundamental quantities. That's okay. A base quantity cannot be represented dimensionally in terms of the rest of the base quantities. Yes, that's idea. Mutually exclusivity idea. One, so for example, mass cannot be written in terms of length, time, whatever other dimensions, fundamental quantities we have. So that's true. The dimensions of a base quantity in other base quantities is always zero. Yeah. In terms of other quantities, you can't write now, so it has no dimensions there. We say that correct. The dimension of a derived quantity is never zero in any base quantity. No, that is also wrong. Because, for example, you take a velocity. Velocity is a derived quantity. What is dimensions in terms of mass? 0. L power 1, T power minus 1. So dimensions of a derived quantity is never 0 in any base quantity. That's wrong. It cannot be 0 in all base quantities. That's okay. It can be 0 also. For example, a supplementary quantity, it can be 0 also. So dimensions of derived quantity never is a problem here. So incorrect statement. First question, all quantities may be represented dimension in terms of base quantities, correct. A base quantity cannot be represented, correct. Dimensions of base quantity in other base quantity is always 0. That is also correct. A, B, C is the answer. Okay, chapter 1 we have completed. So I hope you are okay with it. If you have any doubts, concerns, or if you want me to change my way of explaining it, I'll be very happy to work on it. You put your doubts, all right? I'll be very happy to respond to you very quickly and get back to you. Okay, so units and dimensions are over. Now we are going to vectors chapter, second chapter. Vectors. What does it say? Objective 1, how many questions are there? It will be more number, I think. Only 6 here also. Acha. Objective 2, we have 5 questions. Totally 11 questions we have vectors. Okay. Let's see. Vector is not changed if it is rotated through an arbitrary angle. See, vector has both magnitude and direction. If you change the direction also, it has changed. Vector is not changed, he is saying. It is rotated through arbitrary angle, direction changes meaning vector changes. It is multiplied by arbitrary scalar, then the size will change, length will change, magnitude will change. That is also wrong. Cross multiplied by a unit vector. No, when you multiply it, you will get some other vector. It is slid parallel to itself. When you slide it parallel to itself without changing the direction, without changing the magnitude, then the vector is not changed. So answer is D. Cross multiplying also you will get sine theta, and direction also will be perpendicular to the plane. So C is also incorrect there. Okay. Right. Next, second question. Which are the sets given below may represent magnitudes of three vectors adding to 0? Adding to 0 is important here. When you sum them up, I should get 0, adding to 0. Can I increase the size of the stylus? I think so. I'll go for a bigger size. Right, so if two vectors are there, I think I need to go for the mid one. If three vectors are there, vector 1 a bar, okay, then vector 2 b bar, like this, okay. Now vector c has to be in such a way that net is 0, so the tail of the third vector touches the head of the first vector. Now it has to come back here, then vector is 0, net vector addition is 0 there. So for example, you start from your home, you went to shopping mall, that is vector a, home to shopping mall, vector a, and then from shopping mall to restaurant. You wanted to go to some other place, let's say shopping mall, you just went there for shopping. Hmm? And then went to a restaurant. So shopping mall to restaurant is B. Then you had good time with your family and all, and then you moved from restaurant to your home, that is C. Finally, where are you? At home. Where were you initially? At home. So what is your total displacement? 0. So whenever total displacement is 0, your initial position and final position should match. When they match that, you will get a closed figure. So closed figure has to be formed. Closed figure. Whenever net force is 0 or net vector summation is 0, you must have closed figure formed. Closed figure is formed. So when you have three vectors and three vectors closed figure, meaning it is going to be triangle. So triangle is formed. Whenever you have triangle, we have triangle inequality. I hope you are aware of it. Not equality, inequality. Do you remember? Triangle inequality. Anybody? Yeah, sum of two sides should be more than the third side. More than or equal to. Equal to situation linear. Triangle will not be formed. Area will be 0. So sum of the two sides must be more than the third side. And the difference of the two sides must be less than the third side. This is the condition there. Alright. For example, option A, you check it. 2 plus 4, 6. It should be more than the third side. No, it is not so. That is why option A is eliminated. They cannot form triangle. Now 4 plus 8, 12, which is less than the third side, meaning that is also not possible. Okay. Next one you say 1 plus 2, 3, more than the third side. Okay. 1 minus 2. So it's going to be linear basically. 1 minus 2 is 1. So linear. That's all right. It's not forming a triangle. Triangle with zero area is linear basically. Okay. So that way it is okay. Yeah. 0.5 plus 1, 1.5, more, not more. So that is why this is also not possible. So what is the condition? Let's say you have three sides there, A, B and C. A plus B must be more than or equal to C. A minus B must be less than or equal to C. This is a triangle inequality. You can check it and you will get the answer. So we have option C correct. So whenever you have resultant 0, meaning diagram has to be closed figure in that polygon law of vector addition. So closed figure, if you have three vectors triangle, in a triangle, triangle inequality is sum of two sides must be more than the other side and difference of two sides must be less than the other side. Okay, right, next. The resultant of A bar and B bar makes an angle alpha with A bar and beta with B bar. Then alpha is less than beta. Why? Just like that he is saying, not necessary. Alpha is less than beta if A is less than beta. Okay. A is less than B magnitudes. Okay. Now let us look at it. Okay. Okay. So, so we'll take extreme situations. A is very small. Let's say A is this and B is big. B is big like this. And the resultant would be parallelogram. Na? You can use parallelogram law of vector addition. And this is resultant. That is resultant meaning what are the angles it is making, you see. What kind of angles it is making. You see, this is alpha and this is beta. You see that alpha is more, beta is less. What is opposite to alpha? B, na? What is alpha opposite to beta? A. So we have sine rule. A by sine beta equal to B by sine alpha. So A by sine beta, B by sine A. A by sine beta. Correct? And this is the alpha. If this is alpha meaning this is alpha. B by sine alpha. A less meaning sine beta has to be less. Sine beta is less meaning beta has to be less than. So A less than B meaning sine beta has to be less than sine alpha. Anyway, in the first quadrant, both are sine function is increasing function, so beta has to be less than alpha. A greater than A less than B meaning beta less than alpha. So what does it mean? A less than beta if right. So this you can't tell always. This is wrong. Here A greater than beta meaning sine beta has to be greater. This is also okay. C option is okay. A equal to B meaning alpha equal to beta you will get. That is also wrong. You will get isosceles triangle if you consider any one triangle there. Upper triangle or lower triangle. So the answer is if A is greater than B. So that's what they are. If you want me to show it, I'll show. A is big, you take A just for and B is tiny, small B you take, and you'll understand the idea of what I was telling. Exaggeration. You see now alpha has become very small and beta has become big there. So beta is bigger than alpha. So you draw the diagram and identify. There is no memorization here. Draw the diagram and identify. Okay. Next, the component of a vector is a scalar quantity, obviously. Always less than its magnitude. Component of a vector would be always less than or equal to also because when it is parallel. Always less, always greater, that's wrong. Always less is also wrong because sometimes it can be equal also. Always equal to its magnitude, that is also not correct. None of this is the answer. Answer has to be less than or equal to. Component of a vector is less than or equal to magnitude of its vector. When will it be equal? When the vector is parallel to the line. When is it not equal? When vector makes some angle, non-zero angle with the line there. So answer is D. Okay, next. Fifth question. Vector A bar points vertically upwards and B bar points towards north. Acha. The vector product A bar cross B bar is. I hope you are able to see me. Let me see whether you are able to see me or not. Am I visible to you? Okay. So what did they say? They said A bar is vertical upwards, B bar is towards north. Okay. So A bar is vertically upwards, sir. Like this, my hand. Hmm. A bar is vertically upwards. Okay. And how is B bar? B bar is not vertical upwards. B bar is along north. So at my place, if I look at the place where it is um, viewing, right? Sun rises this side for me. That means this is east for me. If I face east, my left side would be north to me. So that means I'm facing north actually right now. So north is this, okay, and vertical is this. A bar is vertically, B bar is horizontally north direction. Now they are asking A bar cross B bar, okay. So what is A bar? This is A bar. What is B bar? This is B bar. The cross product they are asking. So first vector to second vector. First vector to second vector. You turn your finger hand side. First vector to second vector you turn. So that is the direction you are turning. If you turn your fingers also in that direction, you see the thumb is in this direction to me. That will be west to me. It is coming out to be west direction. So the answer is towards west. It's basically cross product. So the answer is right hand thumb rule. You need to analyze it. I hope you got it. Okay. Now next, radius of a circle is started as 2.12 centimeters. Stated, sorry, stated. Radius of a circle is stated. I think somebody is there that distracted me. Anyway, radius of the circle is stated as 2.12 centimeter. Its area should be written as. So, what do you think? This is not related to vectors. It is basically significant figures. See, significant figures. What can you say? Radius is having three significant figures. You see, all non-zero digits. Then area cannot be more accurate than that. By just multiplying mathematically, you can't increase the accuracy levels there. So area cannot have more significant figures than 3. So it should also have 3 significant figures only. 2 significant figures is too much rounding up, and 4 significant figures and 6 significant, that is too much of a what do you say, you are giving too much of error there. So 3 significant figures is the best answer we have here. Okay, sixth question is also over. Now let's go to objective 2. So I'll close the objective 2 here, and after that for today we'll close, and then tomorrow we'll go on with the remaining part of the HCV. Okay, what is it? A situation may be described by using different sets of coordinate axes having different orientations. Okay, fine. Yeah, so in our examination also, sometimes we take x-axis horizontally, sometimes we take x-axis along the incline. All right, and sometimes we take x-axis on a rotating table, so that will also be rotating. So a situation may be described by using different sets of coordinate axes having different orientation. Okay, which of the following does not depend on orientation of the axis? The value of a scalar. Scalar has no meaning of coordinates. It doesn't matter about the units. Okay, so scalar, yes, correct only. Component of a vector, oh, that will change. If x-axis is this way, component of vector will be one thing. If x-axis is this way, component of vector will be something else. If x-axis is vertical, component of vector will be something else. On to that line. So it depends on the angle. No? When x-axis changes, angle between vector and x-axis changes, then cos theta will change. So component of vector changes. He is asking which of them will not change. Component of vector changes. Vector doesn't change. See, you are going at 10 meter per second velocity in the east direction. Whether I take x-axis in east direction or y, the north direction doesn't matter. You are going in east direction only. Spatially, you are decided, fixed. So vector cannot be changed by rotating the coordinate system. Okay. The magnitude of vector obviously is not going to change. Vector doesn't change, meaning what? Its direction doesn't change and magnitude doesn't change. The vector is in east direction, meaning vector will always be in east direction, whatever may be the direction of x-axis. Okay, right. Next. C bar equal to A bar plus B bar. Very good. Magnitude of C bar is always greater than A bar, not required. We have no formula. Root over A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. That cos theta matters. So suppose cos theta is negative where theta is obtuse angle, then the resultant can be less than um, the individual. So for example, diagrammatically if I have to show, let's say A bar is like this, okay, and B bar is like this. So angle between them is this. This is the angle I'm having, theta. More than 90 I'm taking. Now A bar plus B bar, if you look at it, from the tail of the first vector to head of the second vector, you see A bar plus B bar is small vector you have. So it's possible that magnitude of A bar plus B bar is less than individual vectors. So that's why option A is wrong. Now it is possible to have, it is possible to have mod C is less than A and mod C is less than B. Just now we have seen now possible. Yes, possible. C is always equal to A plus B. Absurd. C is always equal to A minus A plus B, never equal to A plus B. That's also wrong. It's possible when theta equal to 0. So that is also wrong. So what is the answer there? Only B option. It is one or more than one answer. Answer is only one. Let the angle between two non-zero vectors A bar and B bar be 120 degrees and its resultant be C. Okay, what is it saying? C must be equal to magnitude of A bar minus B bar. No, A minus B. No, let's see what will happen. So we have C equal to square root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cos 120. Cos 120. Okay, that's the first step. That is equal to square root of A squared plus B squared. Cos 120 is how much? Cos 120 is minus sin 30. That is minus 1 by 2. Okay. Minus. Now, why did you put minus here? Addition plus here. Because I was thinking about minus that you might be getting. So cos 120 is minus 1 by 2 and this is 2. You will get minus AB. So this is greater than square root of A squared plus B squared minus 2AB. Why did I write like that? Because I can write this as mod of A minus B. A minus B whole square, no? So C is greater than mod of A plus A minus B. C must be greater than mod of A plus B, A minus B. Yeah. Must be greater than mod of A minus B. So answer is C, sir. Next, the x component of resultant of several vectors is equal to sum of the x components of the vectors. That is true.
3. Rest and motion. Objective 1.
Acha, I clicked something. It's there. Keyboard is on my lap here. Okay, fine. So some little bit of entertainment probably. Yeah. Is equal to sum of the x components of vectors. Yes. Components you just add, you will get the resultant component. Correct. Maybe smaller than the sum of the magnitudes of the vectors. Very much possible. Maybe greater than the sum of the magnitudes of the vectors. No, not possible because of the polygon law of that polygon inequality. Sum of the all the sides n minus 1 sides must be greater than the third side. So from there you will not get. Maybe greater than sum of the magnitudes, not possible. Maybe equal to sum of the magnitudes of vectors. Yes, possible. When is it possible? When they are all in same line. In single line you have along x-axis. Let's say they are all in same x direction only possible. Yeah. So answer is A, B, and D. May be smaller than sum of the magnitudes of the vectors. Yes. Next, fifth question. The magnitude of vector product of two vectors is A bar cross B bar. Magnitude would be A into B into sine theta. Greater than AB. When will it be sine theta greater than AB? You can't have na. AB sine theta you will get. So it should be less than or equal to AB. When is it equal to? When sine theta is 1. Otherwise it is less. So greater than AB not possible. Maybe equal to AB, maybe less than AB, maybe 0 also when theta equal to 0 or 180. So the answer is B, C, D. Okay, with that we have completed two chapters, objective 1 and objective 2. So with that I'll conclude here. This is the first trial run. I hope you are okay. You suggest me if there are any concerns you have in this live stream so that I can modify things and add whatever is required and try to do it my best in the next session. So probably I'll have some personal interaction also next class. Okay then, see you then. Bye. I'll conclude here.